Hello YouTube, this is The Bucket coming at you today with the LCP range review. I am filming this on Father's Day, and we are going to do this a little bit differently than what I regularly would. This is the LCP. This is a 6-round micro carry pistol. Very, very small, fits kind of in the palm of your hand. And we went ahead and we took it to the range today. Now, the reason I bought this gun is because I had a coworker, a female, that asked me some questions about firearms. And she had said to me that the people at the gun range were really pushing a 380 pistol to her, and said that that would be good for her because it's a smaller round and they would have less recoil. A smaller gun would fit her hand better. And I am not a big believer that 380 is that much less recoil than a standard 9mm, and I find that a gun with a full grip is easier to handle and easier to keep on target. And so I went ahead and purchased this pistol to kind of discover, how it really runs and what it does, and what I would recommend it for. So I went ahead and asked my big baby bucket and my big middle baby bucket to come out to the gun range and to shoot these two pistols and give us their thoughts on it. So we went to the range. We fired the VP9 SK a little bit. Now the big baby bucket is my doppelganger. She's a lot like me, and she likes to go out shooting, and she's a pretty darn good shot. The big middle baby bucket, she just doesn't like shooting, and so she just did this because I wanted, to get the opinion not only of a female that is familiar with firearms, but one that, that just isn't how they would spend their time. So we will get their opinion here in a minute. Now, I did want to tell you a little bit about how they shot these two particular firearms. So my daughter, the big baby bucket, this is her at 10 yards with the VP9 SK. Now this is a 3-inch sticky target, and so she's holding a pretty good group. For a 16-year-old, she's doing a great job. This is kind of not indicative of how she shoots. She's usually a little bit tighter, but we're kind of rushed today, and we're at a different range. And to be completely honest with you, if she had her way, she would shoot a 45. That is the way that she would prefer to go. So this is the control. This is a 9mm that she's used to, that she knows how to shoot. And when she went ahead and got the 380 out, she did not shoot it nearly as well. So we have 1, 2, 3, and one big flyer up here. She did not find this gun particularly easy to shoot, and her accuracy, you could see the difference. She just shot the bigger gun with a bigger caliber just a little bit better. Now, I'm not bashing the Ruger because I think it's a fine gun, and when I shot it at 10 yards, this is what I shot. I got all 5 rounds on target, on a 3-inch target at 10 yards. So I'm not saying that this gun cannot be shot accurately. I have a lot more experience with firearms. I train more. You can shoot this, even though it does have that really long, stiff double action. And I will say that I noticed that I really struggled with that double click before for the trigger reset. I did not get a chance to put any UGD loving on the front sight, which I definitely think would help with accuracy. I personally did not feel any less felt recoil, and it did not naturally fit it. Like, I had to keep adjusting because the gun was too narrow for my big meaty paws. So that would be my opinion. And now let's get the opinion of the big baby bucket. All right, YouTube, we now have the big baby bucket, my oldest daughter, and she's going to tell you about her thoughts about the LCP and the VP9SK.
Okay, so the VP9SK, I really like it. I think it's good. It's a really good 9mm. This one has a nice trigger on it, and it's not very hard to shoot whatsoever. The recoil is not that bad. But this one, I call it the Noisy Cricket from Men in Black because it is just like it. It's a tiny gun, and it has such a small little place to hold it that most of my hands, my fingers can't stay on it. So it's hard to handle the recoil that has on it. It's not that different from this recoil, but just because of the small frame and size of it, I don't enjoy it. Plus, I shot really bad, so automatically I don't like it.
All right, everybody, we now have the big middle baby bucket. This is my second daughter. She does not enjoy shooting as much as I do, but as a Father's Day present today, she agreed to come out and help me with this range review. Big middle baby bucket, tell us what you think.
So the little gun doesn't really, I don't like it as much because it doesn't make me feel focused as well as the big one, because it feels like a small Nerf gun. And while a bigger one feels like an actual big gun that you have to be focused when you shoot, it just makes me feel more focused, and I feel like I did better with that one.
So takeaways about the LCP. You can hit with it. You can train with it, and you can and you can make that gun work. At the Bucket household, we didn't like the size of it. We didn't feel that it's an intuitive firearm. If you are a new shooter and you're at a range and they're really pushing a 380 real small like that, just practice. Try shoot it with it. See if they'll let you rent one and see if you really like it. It's an inexpensive firearm, but it's not cheap to have a gun that you're never going to shoot. So if you're a guy or a girl and you want something, if you're a guy and you want to put it in your gym shorts so you always have a gun whenever you leave the house, that it's a valid option for that. If you're a woman and you're going out and maybe you're going to carry a clutch and you can't carry something like this VP9SK, that could be a great option for it. But I would definitely recommend to anybody that's thinking about purchasing that firearm to be their everyday carry, that they really test it out before they actually purchase it, because that could be an expensive gun that you may not enjoy shooting. So I found my everyday carry, the VP9SK, is right for me, and it's the right size for me, and that's why I carry this gun. Ruger did a good job. They made a very, very small, low-profile gun that, like I said, you can shoot it accurately if you practice with it. So I want to thank everybody for watching this video on the LCP. If you like, go ahead and hit that like button down below. If you have any comments about what I talked about, go ahead and put it in the comment sections. Please feel free to share this video with any of your friends, anybody that's pro-Second Amendment, anybody that's gun-oriented. I just purchased a new World War II bring-back gun that I'm excited to bring to you next week, and so keep your eyes open for the CZ27 video. You guys have a great day and stay classy.
I learned a lesson. Never half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing.